partnerships. We have found that some of the most successful pros, they understand the idea that a rising tide lifts all ships, right? So you guys work with, members of your community. Those are your clients. It's people that live around you. And if they're coming to you for services, chances are they may be coming to other people as well for services. So think about different businesses that would cater to the same clientele, right? So maybe Sephora, maybe Sally's Beauty Supply. Maybe there's a way where you can partner with them and help them out in some way, maybe do community events. From speaking to Shay, one of our influencers, she suggested, and this is something that I believe she does, is to kind of connect with other Pocket Suite pros in your area, specifically other estheticians. There are so many different things that you can specialize in as an esthetician, and you may do them all, but you may have, one or two particular things that is just your thing, right? Maybe you do lashes or chemical peels, and that's just where you excel. But you might have some clients that are looking for facials or waxing, and you maybe know an esthetician that specializes in that. Talk to each other. We had recently I spoke to several pros that they were booked solid because they had partnered just strategically with some other service-based business owners in the area that were just sending them referrals. And they had more clients than they had time, and that is a great problem to have. Another thing that we saw across the board is price increases. So a lot of our pros that are making quite a bit of money, they are not going into 2023 with 2022 prices. Everything's going up, and your prices should be no different. You can update your pricing by a percentage. For those of you might have noticed that in the client profile, you can add discounts to specific clients. So maybe you want to reward the ones that have been with you, right, since the beginning, and you want to do the price increase just for the new clients. It's something that I hear quite frequently. You can easily grandfather your clients that have been around for a while by just adding that 10% discount to their profile. So they remain the same, but everybody else, they get the new 2023 pricing, right? So that's just an easy way that you can seamlessly, increase prices. So I do see that Linda has her hand up. Linda, did I answer your question?
Hi, Camilla. It looks like Shay is on, but you might not. Can you hear me, or can you hear her when she unmutes?
Okay. Guys, and this is probably a good time to mention this. If at any time you have questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. I am monitoring the chat, so you're welcome to put any questions that you have there. And then I will periodically stop and ask and answer the questions. All right. Oh, okay. All right. The third thing that we want to cover is some Pocket Suite features. So there's several Pocket Suite features that we see as common denominators that all Pocket Suite pros that are hitting that high mark that they're using consistently. Okay, so I wanted to go in and talk about them individually. So first is services, right? So the services that you need to showcase your brilliance, right, and your craft, and add before and after pictures. So at the service level, and Shay does this beautifully, a couple of our other estheticians do this beautifully, where the picture for their service is actually a collage where they have a before and after. So when your clients go on your website, they can see, oh man, these are the results I can expect from this chemical peel, from this, gentleman's facial. It's a great opportunity for you to kind of, showcase your skill. There are tons of different programs. If you're not familiar with, if you're not a Canva or an Adobe Wiz, there are tons of different other resources that'll help you create those. And when I send the follow-up, I will actually send those links to those different software programs that you guys can use. Another feature is packages. So packages is great because it is a great way to lock those clients in, right? So, and it's a great way to give them value as well. So for example, maybe you do a facial for $100, right? And you know this client is going to come in at, repeatedly. She's going to be, a consistent client. And so on your website, you can say, you can list your service for that particular facial at $100. But then you can go ahead and you can create a package. You can include those 10 services in the package with a 10% off. So now they see, oh, well, I can buy this package. I can buy the services, individually and spend $1,000, or I can save $100 and get the service I was already going to pay for. So it's a great way to lock those clients in and have that recurring kind of revenue, right? The next one is subscriptions. So for those of you who aren't super familiar with the these different features, packages and subscriptions are similar because they're going to be for that repeat client. It's going to be for those folks that come in and they are, your weekly clients. The difference is packages are paid up front. So in the example that I showed before with the facials, maybe your client doesn't have $900 to give you up front, but they're willing to commit with, to 10 facials. They'll say, I can come in for 10 facials. That sounds like a good idea. So you put them on a subscription. Subscriptions aren't paid up front. Subscriptions, you would just auto charge the client's card at an interval that's just comfortable for you and, and your client. Uh-oh. Is my audio not on? Can you guys hear me? Can somebody unmute yourself?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oops. Unmute yourself and tell me if you can hear me, because I've gotten a couple messages. I don't know if they're old messages.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't want to continue if you guys can't hear me.
I can hear
Okay.
you. Well,
Okay. Angelica
I
says I can hear you. Okay. Yeah, no, I cannot hear you guys because you guys are all muted. And I just did that to kind of avoid the background noise that often comes with unmuted participants. Okay. All right. So yeah, so back to packages and subscriptions. So packages paid up front to your clients, for your clients that can, pay you up front for the 10. And then subscriptions is, when they're going to commit with you, but it's on auto charge and, in increments that are a little bit smaller. So then there's products. So products is one of my favorite things. Not only do estheticians use products, I mean, you guys are selling lotions, right? Creams. I mean, that is a great way to just really not have to exchange your time for money, but have, people just purchasing items that you endorse, that you love, that you stand behind. In fact, with Pocket Suite, we have an update coming to this products feature that we're super excited about. And because right now, the way it stands is, your client would have to book for them to purchase on their own. They would have to schedule a service, and then the products come up as kind of like a checkout, right? Like, hey, would you like to add this to your cart? However, what is coming is the ability for them to just go onto your booking site and select a product and just purchase the product, almost like a Shopify. And then they will have to select whether they want it shipped or whether they're going to pick it up from you. So, I mean, lots of great improvements coming to products. But from talking to estheticians, especially after this holiday season, I've seen the products feature used in just an amazing way. So I spoke to one pro, for example, that used the products feature. She would, as she created the product, she would not toggle it to show online, but she created a product that was called Fee. So it was a fee for any clients that showed up late, right? So she would add it really quickly to the appointment if they were late. And it was, it was documented in her cancellation policy and everything. She would do that. I've seen pros use this as a travel fee. So if you are going to the client's house and it is past a certain distance, to make it worth your while, you add a travel fee. Another option that I saw was holiday fee. So and the way the pro said it to me was, if I am working when everybody else is grilling, I'm going to charge more. So she did a holiday fee. So I saw that Shay is on. Shay, I cannot unmute you. I can ask to unmute you. So let me do this. Shay. So Shay, I clicked ask to unmute. I don't know if something pops up on your end, but you should be able to kind of move your mouse over where all the controls come up for Zoom, and there should be a little microphone.
Hello.
Oh, you can hear Shay. Okay. Hold on. Maybe it's me. Okay. Shay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I can hear you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How are you?
I'm well. How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you so much for joining us on this webinar. So so like I said, Shay is a little bit of an influencer on TikTok. And I do have a couple questions to ask Shay, especially about like when we were talking before about the partnerships. Do you have partnerships that you have found are super helpful for your business?
Yes, up until literally last week, for about 2.5 years, my past business partner, she was a cosmetologist. And of course I'm an esthetician. So we have been in business for 2.5 years, but because I'm about to have a child and she's on her whole other thing, we did separate, but I actually am now in a shop with a massage therapist. And then I have another massage therapist, but she basically specializes in BBL, like surgery post-op.
Oh,
So
okay.
I went from one partnership to the next, but we definitely do play off of each other. I would say with the cosmetologist, like it'll be times where I'll walk out with a client and I'll see one of my clients in her chair and I'll be like, oh, hey girl. Or she'll be doing somebody's hair and they'll be walking back with me and she'll be like, oh, hey girl. So it definitely created lifelong client relationships, just with us being in business with each other for so long.
That is great. That is great. It sounds like you're creating a bit of a community, you know, with your clients, between your partner. That is a really cool. Okay. So let me ask you, Shay, how did you grow your social media following? What were some things that you think helped you? For anybody that maybe is on this call, that maybe is thinking about perhaps going in the same direction, how did you grow your social media following?
Well, my TikTok that I have now, it has like about almost 47,000 followers, but it's actually not my first TikTok. This is literally my third TikTok I've ever made. But my other two got blocked because I was posting my work. If you do Brazilians, don't post it on there. No.
Oh, you got censored. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but they kept banning it. So actually, so when I do post my TikToks, I don't just post like tips or oh, I'm available, I'm a waxer. Like I'll use trending sounds. That's going to be the number one thing that's going to get people to your page. I would definitely say also showing your personality. I am professional per se. I'm sorry, y'all might hear my son. He just woke up from his nap. I am professional and knowledgeable, but I also try to make sure that I create that relationship with my clients before they even meet me. So they can, like, a lot of my clients, because I do specialize in waxing, they're like, oh, I came to you just because I saw your TikTok. You make me comfortable. And I would say the main thing would definitely be networking with other estheticians, even if they don't stay in your city. Because getting them to comment on your post and getting them to like and interact with your post, that's what's going to keep boosting your post. I try to post stuff that's relatable as if I was a client, because I do get Brazilian waxes. I also try to post stuff from a service provider standpoint. And then of course I post tips. That's going to be the number one thing that's going to help you, because you definitely you don't want to give away too much, but you want to give them enough to be like, okay, I wonder what else I can learn on her page before I even go to her. But definitely the number one thing is catching trending sounds before they trending and turning it into something that's waxer or esthetician related. And it is kind of hard. You kind of do have to get the hang of it. But once you do, I definitely say to people who ask me to, I wouldn't say copy them per se, but if you see, even if you go on my TikTok, if you see something similar, if you see a sound I'm using, 9 times out of 10, it hasn't went completely viral yet, but it's went viral enough to where it'll get me traction. If you just watch another esthetician and you kind of say, okay, this is the vibe she's going for, then you can do it. Come here, baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to mute myself real quick.
Sure. So it sounds like you have a real knack for kind of finding out what, sniffing out the sounds that are going to go viral. But that is great feedback. That's great. So anybody, if you want to put your TikTok or any other handle, if you want to put it in the chat for everybody, so they could follow you, that'd probably be really, really great. Thank you so much, Shay, for sharing that. All right, so products. You can back to products. You can create products anytime you want to add an upcharge that does not add to the duration of your service, right? So anytime it's going to be a thank you for, oh, okay, and Terry sent something in the chat as well. Anytime you need to upcharge a client, so there's something that's going to cost more, but it's not going to add to any time to the duration of your service. So for example, if you're doing a facial and it's an hour facial, but you have a specific product that you really love but it's more expensive, so it will increase the price of that facial. You can add it as a product and then just add it they can add it to the cart as they're checking out. Now I want to kind of switch gears a little bit. Oh, just really quick before we switch gears and I go over gift certificates and SweetLink. Packages, subscriptions, products, gift certificates. We do have a level 2 webinar that we lead, where we walk you through all of this. So how to set them up, how to make them available on your site so your clients can self-serve and purchase themselves, how to send them. If you're sending them to the clients, you can always make tweaks if you need to and accommodate certain requests from your clients, if it's price or if it's number of sessions. But I walk you through all of it, how to manage it, how to monitor everything. So definitely come to that if you guys have not made it to onboarding 2, and I will put the link in the chat towards the end here. The other thing I want to talk about is gift certificates. So gift certificates in our system is a great way for clients that come and love you, for them to reward their friends and family with the gift that you have, right? When you share a gift certificate or when you send it to somebody, when they purchase it, the system will ask them, is this for you or for somebody else? And if it's for somebody else, that person's information is put in there, their profile is created in your client list, and it's just a great way to not only get your name to more people in your community, but also we use gift certificates to give credits too. So if you want to reward any of your clients, you can do a BOGO for clients that purchase gift certificates for their friends. You can create a gift certificate that's discounted by 50% and toggle it to not show online, and set and share it with those those people that are your advocates to show them how appreciative you are. I want to switch gears just a little bit, and I'm going to share my screen on my phone. Let me know if you guys can see this. Okay, so I wanted to share a couple of my favorite features. So packages, subscriptions. I mean, those are really no-brainers in terms of selling several services at once. But there have been some features that even with some of the longtime pros that I've spoken to recently, that they have, you know, what I've heard when I review some of these, they said they had no idea that it was in here. And I feel like that's super unfortunate. It's like just definitely an understated features. If you haven't figured this out yet, please come and play with this because it's amazing. So especially like if you have aspirations to become like, you know, an influencer like Shay. Social media is great. Social media is a great platform. It's a great way to get your name out there. But the limitation, right, is that they only give you one spot to put a link. So here, if you have a TikTok, you know, a Facebook, a Pocket booking link, right? And you want to give all of those things, share all of those things. You have to pick between one. You have to pick, well, do I want to share my website? Do I want to share my booking link? Well, the fix to that, if you haven't found it yet, is our sweet link. So our sweet link, you tap on settings in the lower right-hand corner, and you scroll almost all the way down. Under the marketing suite, you will find sweet link. So this pro is one of our top estheticians on Suite. She's amazing, and she uses her sweet link. So the way you create buttons. So these are call to action buttons. More than likely, if you haven't used this yet, you won't have any yellow buttons. But you tap on add a button. There's certain widgets that are already kind of created for you, where you would link that, you know, since it's internal, we can easily create. So like the booking widget, the chat widget. Sign up with me is your lead form. That's your lead form widget. If you're like this pro too, though, and you have Instagram, a Facebook, a TikTok, a website, you would want to create a custom button. The only difference there is it doesn't have a link in there for you. If you select any of the widgets, it'll have a link already in there. It'll grayed out. You change that. However, for custom buttons where we don't know what your website is, you have to put it in there. So I'm going to use Pocket Suite, you know, website as a demo here. Once you create this, what's going to happen is you're going to have all these call to action buttons. So essentially, you're going to have one link where all of your clients go to kind of create their journey, right? So you tap on the share button in the right-hand corner. You can copy and paste it on all platforms, right? Or you can just share and then pick your platform to open up on your phone if you want to share it on. But when you do that, and you're sharing all beautiful pictures of all your advanced community, you are going to come to your clients are going to come to a page like you're going to tell them to tap the link in my bio. This is where they're going to come, and this is awesome. It's going to collect all the client information for you. This really becomes a generator. If they tap on your book, then they're ready. You know, they've seen it now. They're ready to book you. They can go ahead and they go for the book flow where they'll enter all their information. If they tap on our website, they'll be able to, you know, put all about you for a website that you spend time and money on. Right. Same thing for Instagram, Facebook. One of my favorites though is chat with me widget, right? Because with this, it takes like a chat page, right? And maybe they'll still send you some links. Maybe they're not ready to book. They take your website. You know, maybe they have a question about something. So when they reach out to you, you're busy seeing clients. You're not monitoring your chat, you know, all day long. So there's actually there's a little part in there, your little assistant you need to hire that's responding on your behalf. And they say, hey, can we get personalized things? So we know we're talking to your potential client is going to their first and last name. When they send that, the chat will just send, you know, we'll request the second piece of information that's necessary to have a client profile. And that is your phone number. So put that and then oops, I put a Canadian number. So when your client puts a US phone number in there and does it correctly, they will actually then prompt to add, you know, well, they've got their verification code, the verification code. And then what happens is that client is added to your client list. So So I mean, it doesn't matter which widget really they tap on. If they tap on Snapchat, Chat Me, or have the lead form, that'll collect information that's necessary to create that. And so this is already pretty cool, right? So it's one link that lets your clients do all the things. But it doesn't really stop there. Pocket Suite took it one step further. And then now, once you start using your Suite Link on your dashboard, you'll see that Suite Link marketing option comes up. If you tap on that Suite Link marketing, you'll notice you can sort by time period, right? If you tap on that month date, it defaults to month date, but you can switch the time period if you want to. That green button in the upper left-hand corner, that is how many clicks you got on that Suite Link month to date, right? And I mean, that's already pretty cool, but if you look underneath, it will tell you exactly what percentage of those clicks came from various places where you have the Suite Link. So now you're in the period, right, in your business where you're ready to maybe spend more marketing dollars. You know exactly where to focus because you know exactly where you're getting the most traffic. Shay, is you use your Suite Link? I'm curious.
You said Suite Link?
The Suite Link. Do you use the Suite Link?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Shay's Suite Link. I love this Suite Link. Do you have it just on your tech, or do you have other platforms that you use it on as well?
I actually do invest in marketing. So my manager, she has me a universal link, but I started using the Suite Link upon my move to my new suite.
Okay.
They can chat with me, but sometimes I do tell them to just text my Pocket Suite number. But I found that I actually like the chat with me feature better.
Okay. Why is that?
Huh?
Why? I was just curious. Why do you like the chat feature better?
Just because I feel like they can see me like talking to them in the regular time versus them waiting around for me to text them back. I be really busy. But I started recently using I just started utilizing it a little bit more than what I have because I've been using it for like 3 years.
Okay, I love it. Yeah, it's one of the features that when I speak to pros, they're like, I didn't even know that was in there. So it is a great feature, which actually leads me to the second one. So if you have your Suite Link, and thank you for sharing that, Shay, I appreciate that. So if you have your Suite Link active, right, and it's kind of where your clients kind of are coming in through to either to your booking site to book you or to chat, or fill out a lead form. There's actually a whole nother set of marketing and automation features that are available under your smart campaigns. If you don't see smart campaigns on your home dashboard, it is most likely because you do not have that feature toggled on. So if you tap on settings, all the way at the top, features is the first thing that comes up. And I mean, it's quite the list of features that we have here. If you don't know yet, you can kind of toggle them off and toggle them back on. There's a little tutorial video. But if you don't see it, please make sure that you just go to settings, features, and toggle on smart campaigns. Don't forget to hit save in that upper right hand corner because you will have to go back and do that. But let's go over some smart campaigns. This pro uses smart campaigns beautifully. I mean, she uses all the ones that are the heavy hitters. And you can do this in lieu of hiring an assistant because these are trigger-based campaigns. It's keeping track since Pocket Suite is an all-in-one app, right? We are scheduling, we are processing payments, we are chatting, we are doing all the things in the app with the clients. We're monitoring when they call us, right? So because of that, it allows us to kind of keep tabs on them in a way that becomes very effortless for you. So she's got 4 of the ones that I always kind of gush over, right? The missed text, the past clients, convert to paying clients, and missed calls. So Shay, you mentioned, you're seeing clients, you can't talk to them. Sometimes messages come in and you're like, I can't be on my phone all the time. Well, if you tap on the plus sign in the upper right hand corner, a good one for maybe you to use would be respond to a missed text, right? This is if somebody texts you and it has been 8 hours since they've gotten a response from you, they'll get a message. Okay, so you have to give it a label. So a label is private, meaning it's not client facing. They will not see what you put here. This is just so you know what campaign you're running. Okay, and then for message, you can always tweak this. A couple things about these messages, and you'll see them all over. You'll see them in the saved messages. You'll see them here. You'll see them in contracts. Whenever you see these little squigglies with the words in the middle, those are dynamic fields. So it is, I mean, you're welcome to change it, but it's actually pulling in information from your account. So you don't have to worry about like putting that information there. It does it for you. That's what it's telling you. So for example, if I were your client and I texted you and it's been 8 hours and I was getting this message, it would say, hey, Camila, you've reached Shay. I will respond to your text shortly. If you're interested in scheduling, please visit my website at, and then that checkout underscore link is actually a specific link that's generated for every smart campaign that's going to track how effective this campaign is. And then, feel free to text me at me.sms. Me.sms pulls in your premium business line. If you wanted to add a promotion, you could. By default, it applies to all items. Okay. But you can always select a specific item if you want to highlight a specific item. I have a question here in the chat. Does anyone use the Premier phone number feature? Do you receive a lot of spam calls? Is there a way to block it? We can talk about that. You know what? If you guys want to hang back after this and do like a Q&A where we mute ourselves and have a conversation, I would love to do that. But I do have a question about this, whereas can you use your personal number for campaigns? You can port your number into Pocket Suite. But your personal cell phone number, no, you have, well, for the respond to a missed text and respond to a missed call, you have to have a login number and a different premium business line. So no, you cannot, this one you cannot do that with. Same thing with respond to a missed call. It's very similar. But this is going to trigger immediately. So it's not going to be 8 hours later. It's going to be the minute you miss a call. So, I mean, then this is a game changer, right? So you're busy seeing clients. You don't want to give up business because you're handling it, right? You want to be able to catch all of the things, all of the clients. You want to be booked solid. So this is another great one that I definitely recommend. And the messaging is similar. It's going to allow them to self-serve, and be able to book themselves in the event that you're busy. And Kiwana asks, so the premium account gives you a phone number? Yes, it does, Kiwana. It gives you, not only does it give you a phone number, but it unlocks basically all the features that we've talked about today. The packages, subscriptions, products, those are all that are only available in the premium. I mean, and we're not going to nickel and dime. You're either going to do the premium and you're going to get all of the features, or if you're coming in through ASCP, and on the basic edition, then it's limited. You can still do all the main things, but you are leaving quite a bit on the table. I mean, namely if I had to pick one, the respond to a missed call is a game changer. Another one that I absolutely love, and Portia says, I enjoy the premium account features. I do too, Portia. They're some of my favorites. It just takes things off your plate. To me, that's a no-brainer, right? Another one is reach out to a past client. So this is a great one. So this is what you would set if perhaps you wanted to retarget or re-engage a client or clients that have come already to see you at least once. So if it were me, I would probably do maybe a 30-day one. So I'd call this one like my 30-day follow-up. Okay. For the message, my clients would receive a message that would say, well, before I read the message, let's go here. I would choose, okay, days since purchase. Since it's the 30-day follow-up. Oops, sorry. Since it's a 30-day follow-up, over here where it says days since purchase, I would select 30 days. So it's 30 days since a client has purchased something from me, right? Items purchased, I can drill down and be very specific. Like I want to target people that have not bought this thing in 30 days. It's been 30 days since they paid me for this specific item. If I leave it blank, it applies to all of the items. So anything, right? And then promotion, maybe I would do, okay, a promotion on all items. I would leave it at percent of total. You notice you could do a fixed amount as well, but I'm going to do a 10% discount. So this is my 30-day follow-up. So any client that has bought anything with me and then it's been radio silence for 30 days, they're going to receive a message that says, hey, Nathania, it has been 30 days since your last appointment. You get 10% off your next booking. Tap on the link below to access. And it's going to have that checkout link that's going to track how effective this campaign is. Now, that would be great, right? So that's one. Then I would create a second one, a 60-day follow-up. And maybe I would change the verbiage a little bit. I'd put 15 where it says 10. I would change the promotion to 15%. So the clients that don't respond to that, well, the clients that do respond to the 10%, great. They've responded. 10% was enough to get them back through those doors. They come back through those doors, and then they're back in line to get that 10% again after it's 30 days. Now, what if they don't respond? Well, that's what you set the 60-day for, right? And then you sweeten the pot a little bit. You say, well, maybe 15 will get them back through the door, and then 90-day at 20%. And then maybe you set more, maybe you don't, but the options really are limitless. But it's like, it's set it and forget it, guys. You set it up one time and you are done. And you're done. You don't have to keep tabs on who's seeing you or who's not seeing you. This Pocket Suite assistant of yours is doing it for you. Then thank you so much, Kiwana or Linda, for responding to the questions in the chat. I appreciate that. We have an annual subscription special this month, just in case anybody was wanting to get those premium features and save a little bit of money. If you love what you see and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do this. We're doing 50% off your premium annual subscription. So if you want to pay it for the year up front, you get $50 off. But that is the reach out to a past client. Now, earlier I showed you the suite link, right? When somebody engages with one of the widgets, they're entering that client information. Elena, I believe it is being recorded by a colleague of mine, but we are actually going to be we're going to be doing these more often. And if this one isn't being recorded, the next one that we're doing will definitely be recorded. That's a good question, by the way. Thank you. The other one is convert to paying clients. So I did go over like the fleet link, right? Where if your clients are coming in through those widgets and they're putting in their information, it's, they're being added to your client list. So the reach out to convert to a paying client. This is a game changer for those people that come in. Maybe they chat with you and then they disappear. Okay. Or maybe they submit a lead form, but then they don't ever book you. This is the message that they receive. So again, you have to give a label, you have to give it a name. And then you can say, and then you can select like the days since added. So you can select several of these and kind of target them to receive a message, maybe immediately, and then 5 days later, and then 2 weeks later. So you can get creative with this. And then, the messaging is, hey, Terry, this is an app for my clients to book, pay and text me. Enjoy 10% discount on your next booking. So it's like, you haven't become a client. Let me sweeten this up for a little bit for you to get you through those doors. You can set a few of these up. And then once they become a paying client, then, they won't receive these anymore. Other game-changing ones are packages. So I've really kind of spoken about the importance of locking those clients in so you could stay, keep your calendars filled. So renew expired package, expiring package, or exhausted package is great too. So clients will be reminded, hey, your time's up, like that expiration date has come and gone, or it's expiring, please go ahead and schedule your sessions, or it's exhausted. Hey, you've used up all the sessions, let's buy another one. So I would say the ones that are packages and above, they're designed to really kind of rev up that income and keep you booked in a way that's effortless and effective. And you just can't beat that with a stick. But other great options, right? If you want to kind of reach out to your clients maybe after an appointment so they can leave you a review, which, by the way, if you love what you see, leave us a review. Our team reads every single one. And it's important, right? It helps businesses. People read those. I don't buy anything on Amazon without reading a review first. People are reading those. So set up a send after appointment. Have your review link in there. Have your clients, gush about the great job that you're doing. Yeah. So those are the smart campaigns. So another great thing about this feature is once you have campaigns that are active and running, on your dashboard, you'll see how much money you're making from the smart campaign. So the three little dots, if you tap on those near next to the campaigns, you'll see that you can resume or pause a campaign at any time, right? So you can test these out. The other thing is if you tap on it and tap results, like let's do this one, results, you will actually be taken to a list of all the clients that have received this smart campaign. And then next to it, the button will be green if they've taken you up on it, which is why that checkout _ link is important to not delete, because then you won't have this tracking capability. But it allows you to see, okay, how many of these clients that received these actually took me up on my offer. So this is just a great tool. Now, this is the only feature on Pocket Suite that does cost a little bit more. It's 10 cents every time a message is sent. But what we have seen is Pocket Suite pros who do this as a side gig, right? Like, so they're, maybe they're estheticians on the weekends, in the evenings, they're seeing about 17 times ROI, the return on their investment, right? Pros that are doing this full time, and this is what they do every day, they're seeing about 130 times the ROI on smart campaigns. You make your money back and then some. I had somebody on a call the other day, and he was like, so if we're trying to do the math, and I was like, yeah, it would cost you I think it was $25 it was to send it out to, I forget how many. My math is not great, guys. But and I was like, yeah, well, do you have any services that are $25? And he's like, no. I'm like, well, what's your cheapest service? And he's like 150. And I said, okay, well, one person takes you up on that, and you've made your money back, what, sixfold? So at least. So the ROI is amazing. Plus, if you want to test this out kind of without, kind of for free on us, on Pocket Suite, come to level 2 onboarding. Let me teach you how to set up packages, subscriptions, some of the gift certificates and the different things that we cover on level 2. And we will give you 250 credits on us so you can test it, because we believe that when you test this, you will see for yourself how awesome it is. But that is smart campaigns. That is really all I had to share. Shay, feel free to unmute yourself and share. I don't know if you've gotten a chance or to use any of the smart campaigns yet, or if there's anything that else that you want to share with the group here.
Yes, I actually have used smart campaigns before. I do it once a month just to make sure that I can keep in contact with new clients, and I also tell them, like, even though I post in the smart campaign, I just post like what my deals are for the month, because I do make sure I do have some type of special that I'm running each month. I definitely use the subscription feature. I did put that in the chat. Oh, hey, Alana, how you doing? I'm sorry, I know her.
Yeah.
Hey, girl. But as far as the subscription feature, I definitely you have to use it as far as your business model. But personally, I use it as a VIP membership type of thing. So
Okay.
because I'm always so booked up, like I try to make sure that people can get in. So with the subscription that I have, they get priority booking before anybody else. I open my books on the 10th of each month. So my books for March will open on February 10th. But if they're a VIP member, they get booked before then. And they don't necessarily have to confirm. They have until 72 hours before their appointment to confirm the appointment, versus somebody who is not a member when they have to book and pay right then. They get 20% off appointments. They get a free underarm, chin, or lip wax, either one of those at the time of their service. And then every 3 months, I get them a $65 credit, which they can use towards a facial or a wax, whichever one they want to use. But that definitely is a way. Like some days when I'm having like a slow week, when all those subscriptions, because I have like about 50, when all those subscriptions come in, I'm like, okay, there goes some extra money. I needed that. So it definitely is an extra income booster. Seriously. So I mean, I know some people use, like you said, you can use a subscription feature for the packages, but I'll just use it for a membership option.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. Now I would love to open this up to anybody that has any questions. If you're shy and you don't want to, unmute yourself, feel free to put questions in the chat. My colleague Linda's been kind of putting some information. I think I appreciate that, Linda. For all of you guys, there is the link to the Pocket Suite Academy. Onboarding 2 isn't the only one that we offer. We do have onboarding 1. There's descriptions on each one of the calls. So make sure you read those and come to our live calls. It's a good, they're like this, they're group calls, and we usually have a really good time and we all learn from each other. I had somebody raise their hand. I think they put it down. If you have a question, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi.
This is one of my first times on this call, and it's been so informative. So I definitely will be attending more for sure.
That's good to hear.
I wanted to know from Shay, I kind of missed it, but when she was talking about her member services, I wanted to see if she would just like go over those again. And then I wanted to know, what do you think, or what has been of those benefits that your clients love the most? Like which of the benefits are they, really happy to join for?
As far as the VIP membership, it was an extra $15 a month, but I did just recently go over 25 just because I feel like the value is there. I'm in a I compared to some of you guys, I am kind of in the country, but my city that I stay in is basically like the big city to all the smaller cities, so they have to come to us. So I do try to keep my prices around a good price point. But they get 20% off for appointments, and because I'm always so booked in advance, they get priority booking. So it just holds their spot until 72 hours before the appointment. So at that 72-hour mark, I say, hey, your appointment is in 72 hours. Please confirm or deny. And then after that, if they don't confirm or deny, that'll be opened up to somebody else, to the public. They, like I said, they get 20% off appointments, and then when they come for their service, they get a free underarm, chin, or lip wax at the time of service. And then the $65 credit, I definitely feel the $65 credit is one of the favorite perks that they get, because they're getting the money they're spending on their membership back in a way, if that makes sense. So it's just not like they just throwing it down the drain. And most of them, my Brazilians are only $65. So that $65, they're basically getting a free service when they come, which I don't mind. And I'll also say they definitely take advantage of the free underarm wax, because my regular pricing for that is $25. So I definitely feel like those 2 are the most important features that they like. Now, of course, depending on where you stay, you can definitely price it higher, and you can definitely do the perks a little different than I do. But I have had this membership program, I want to say, for about almost 2 years. And it definitely has created a good client relationship, like a good returning client relationship. Like even if it's slow, like here around these, I would say around the end of November through about January is slower, but I know for sure, hey, I have these 50 clients that I know for sure are coming for this month. So it's basically like guaranteed income I know is coming in.
We have a couple other questions for you, Shay, in the chat. Does the $65 credit roll over from month to month, or do they have to use it at that month? Is it like use it or lose it?
So I most of the time, most of them use it. If it has ever been a month, like my client, she wasn't able to make it in January, but literally at the end of January, she hit me up, and her appointment wasn't going to be until February because I didn't have anything open. So I just went ahead and gave it to her. Now it's definitely not, it's like you have to use it within that month. So everybody doesn't have the same time frame when they get it either. just because depending on when they got their membership. But say like I said, I send them a text. I say when I ask them when they want to pre-book, hey, your $65 credit is available now. If I don't hear from them, as long as I hear from them by the end of that month, I will go ahead and let it roll over into the next month. But it won't be a 2 and 3 month type of thing. They all use it within that month or the next month.
I was going to ask that same question. Are you using gift? How are you tracking this? Are you using the gift certificates feature or no?
No, I know them. I just go on there. Like when I every month, like I said, I pre-book them. So on the subscription feature, I'll go and I'll see. I do keep track of when the last time they had a $65 credit, and then I'll message them in the message when I say it's time to pre-book. Your credit is available. Please let me know what time and date you want to book for and what service you want to book for, and then the credit will be applied.
Okay. Can I show you how to easily do it using gift certificates? Because it will, as you get busier and busier, to do this manually might become a bit of a burden.
It already is a burden.
Okay, so I'm about to take something off your plate, Shay. You can thank me later. So gift certificates, right? So as you create these things, right? Packages, subscriptions, gift certificates, you under your settings, on your home dashboard, you will have the gift certificate subscriptions packages dashboard. The great thing about this is you don't have to track it manually. It tracks everything for you. It'll tell you the client name, what they purchased, how many sessions are left, or when their next payment is going to be drawn for subscriptions. But gift certificates tells you who bought, what they bought, the amount, and then balance. So if I wanted to give a $65 credit, well, I would create the 65. Let's take it from the top, guys. For those of you that haven't done this before. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to settings. I'm going to scroll almost all the way down under what goods and services do you provide. I'm going to tap on gift certificates. If you don't see gift certificates, it's because the feature is not toggled on under features. Then I'm going to create one. It's actually, I'm going to call this, since it's something that I use all the time, it's part of my business kind of model here. I'm going to call this the $65 credit. Credit, okay? The price is going to be $65. So that's important to remember. The price is going to be, it's the value of what this is worth. You never want to mess with the price, but I'm going to add a beautiful description. And I'm not, well, I guess you could decide whether you want to show it online or not. But for your clients that are going to get this credit, Shay, you're going to come after you've created it. You're going to come to your dashboard and you're going to tap on your gift certificates dashboard. And you're going to tap the plus sign in the upper right hand corner. So if it's your client, Maha, and you know, she's one of the VIPs, she's getting the 65. You're going to select the $65 credit gift card. You're going to tap on price. You don't want to change the price. That's the value of this. So you don't want it, it's worth $65. But you are going to tap on this discount. You can't leave it at percent of total because the most you can discount with that is 90%. You want to give her the whole 65. So you're going to tap on percent of total. You're going to select fixed amount and you're going to put 65. So it's going to match the amount. And that's it. Of course, you're going to take off the surcharge, next, and send. Send gift. Now, this is one extra step that you have to do. You can view the gift certificate. You have to mark it paid, which, by the way, is also a premium feature. So if you aren't on a premium subscription, you do need to upgrade to have that. And then you can send the receipt if you want. I don't know if you guys saw that toggle. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to mark paid. I'm going to tap on, maybe she gave you, you can have options here. It could be the card reader. You can tap the card on file. You can add a new card, scan it, or enter it manually. We're not going to, the rate's going to be the same, or you can tap on other if she paid you maybe in cash or check. And then you can decide whether you want to send the receipt or not, but done. And then you mark it paid. So you create it, you discount it like all the way, right? And then you mark it paid. And that's it. Now, when you go, so really, she didn't give you anything for it, but if you go on gift certificates, Maha's got a $65 credit. And the great thing about this, Shay, is you don't have to, maybe she books you for a service that's not the full 65. You know, I don't know if you have anything that's like just, you know, an eyebrow wax or something where it's going to be less. This is going to track it for you. If she wants to apply it towards that, she goes on your booking site. She can select, gift certificate to apply to this session. You no longer have to track it. All you have to do is send it market paid. Gladys Bush is asking, how much is premium monthly or yearly? How much is it? So right now, that's a great question. Right now we're running a promo where it's going to be, well, it's $19.99 a month, but you just multiply that by 12, so $240, I think. And but it's $50 off right now. Yep. So it's $190. Let's see, but can you make it month to month, or would it be for the year? Elena, I'm not sure what you're asking. Can we make what month to month, or could it be for the year?
Okay, so Shay was saying that she does her gift for the month, and sometimes it rolls over. So with the gift certificate, what's the time frame that the client has to use it is what I'm asking.
Oh, that is a good,
make sure that it works for her and what she's, got doing.
Yep, that is a very good question. So there is an expiration, but the earliest you can do is a year. So that is a good point to bring up. That $65 would be good for the full year. I don't think that there is a workaround to make it just for the month, unless yeah, I probably have to chat with some of my colleagues to see if there's a workaround, but none that I can think of off the top of my head. But that is a very, very good point.
Okay, I was just wondering because I have a guest who had one, and I think it was a minimum of a year, but I wasn't quite sure because I haven't looked at it in a while.
Okay.
But thanks for answering, though.
Yeah, no problem. Does anybody have any other questions?
Hi, I have a question.
Okay.
As far as the gift certificate goes, is there a workaround to say if a client is purchasing a gift card for someone else, but it may not be specific to a person? How will we go about doing that so that gift certificate can be redeemed?
Well, I mean, who would be redeeming it if not a person? I don't understand. Like, give me an example. I mean, there's a way that you can transfer the gift after it's purchased, if that's what you mean.
Well, I have a client that wanted to just purchase multiple gift certificates and just give them out for Christmas gifts, but she didn't want to attach a name to one.
Yeah, you would. So that is part of what you have to do with the system, because what happens is when she purchases the gift certificate, it's going to ask her, do you want it for yourself or do you want it for somebody else? Now, if she doesn't want to gift that immediately, if she wants to maybe wait until, a specific date to kind of give her something, maybe a tangible something, right? She could wait and just say it's for herself and it would hold it there. She would just have to, kind of keep track of the receipt that would get sent either through SMS, email, or both. Because on that receipt, there will be a link where she could select to transfer the gift. So let's say I'm buying it for you, Tanisha, and it's your birthday and we're out and I give you a little card that I've printed or whatever. It's like, hey, I bought you, I got you a gift card with Shay. She's awesome. Go see her. Then at that point, I can go ahead and enter your information. And then you would get that electronically, which would help Shay be able to track it seamlessly. So, I mean, you can decide when that person receives that. You don't have to do it right away. But there's no way to purchase one and just have it not in anybody's profile. It's either going to be the person that purchased it or whoever they transferred it to.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. And then Linda brought up a good point. People often lose the physical gift card, but with an e-gift, it's always on record. But you can cancel the gift card if they don't use it within the allotted time period. So that's a great point. If you want a shorter expiration than a year, you can create a $65 package that you can apply to any service. And the expiration is set to 1 month or 30 days. So it is a $65 package, not a $65 gift card that you can use as a $65 credit. Yep. Thank you for that, Linda. And somebody else had another question?
Yeah, I had a question real quick. Okay, so bouncing off of Shanisha, I think I'm saying that right. So, okay, for her question, where her guests or I guess in general, would they have to buy I'm gonna say $20 gift card, like I don't know how to explain it. So if it's 5 people, would she have to buy $25 gift cards, or am I saying that right? Or 5 $20 gift cards? There we go. Would that be the way that she would have to do it? I'm just trying to make sure.
So her goal is what? To spend $100, but she
Well,
wants to get.
like she was saying that it's for maybe like her, I don't know, like the guest wants to do a Christmas giveaway, but maybe it's 5 people. So
Yeah.
she do
Yeah.
$20 gift cards versus like buying it kind of like in bulk, I guess. You know, like
Right.
$100 and then trying to, because I would think transferring that would be kind of more difficult, but I just want to make sure because I haven't, I'm not on the receiving end of looking at it.
Right. Yeah, you would have to purchase the individual ones if they were for 5 different people, because you'd have to put their 5, individual contact information. You have to put their name and a phone number or email. But good question.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. And Mary's asking, when I renew my premium in April, can I still get the $50 off my annual renewal? And Linda said, you sure can, Mary. Okay. All right. And these are great questions, guys. Keep them coming.
I personally don't know what I missed earlier because, like I said, my alarm did not go off. Like, so I was like, I looked at the time and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm missing it. So,
Okay.
said
So I'll
that,
tell you what, and
go
that goes
ahead.
for everybody, because there's quite a few people that were joining, like kind of sometimes even halfway through. So that is not a problem, because all of the Pocket Suite features that I covered on this call, I cover every day, Monday through Thursday on onboarding too. I mean, this is the presentation. Onboarding, well, if you want to come to office hours and talk about what you missed in terms of some other tips and tricks that we shared at the beginning, come to office hours. Because I'll pull up the slide and we'll go over through it, because this is actually, especially like when we talked about partnerships and how important they are. That's actually something that we see across all the industries. Partnerships is key to service-based businesses. So we do have, live calls with our team at Monday through Thursday. We have evening calls if evenings are better for you, and we have them during the day as well. Onboarding 1 and onboarding 2, we come with an agenda of specific things to cover. If you're a brand new pro, I really recommend you go through 1 and 2. And then office hours is anytime, either number 1, you've gone through onboarding 1 or 2, and you are, you listened to it, you heard it all, but you forgot what I said about something. Come to onboarding. Come to office hours. I will be happy to share it again. Or maybe you come across one of the many Pocket Suite features that I don't get to on the onboarding calls. If I were to cover all of them, it would probably take 5 or 6 of those onboarding calls, because this program does a lot. But whenever you stumble across something that you're like, hey, she didn't cover this, come to office hours and say, hey, can we talk about scheduled messages? Can we talk about group messages? And I'd love to do it. And Linda says, the advantage of Pocket Suite is when your clients book you, they see your products while booking you and can add them to, are you responding to a question? Let me read the question, sorry. Is Pocket Suite considering, no, hold on. Can you use products to Pockets? Can you add your products to Pocket Suite and to Shopify? And then we have another question, is Pocket Suite considering offering a platform for massage therapists and or manicurists? And Linda said, the advantage of Pocket Suite is when your clients book you, they see your products while they're booking you and can add them to their booking. Yes, it's a great upsell. We see pros who offer products as an upsell make 20 to 40% more income. Absolutely. Think of, I always compare it to that checkout, that impulse buy checkout counter when you're at the grocery store, right? That Snickers bar that like seems to wink at you as you're just trying to buy your broccoli. like it is a great way to say, hey, you're already coming in for a facial. Treat yourself to this great lotion. You know, use the high-end product. So they're not going back and forth on two different platforms. So that's a great point. And then Linda said, we have a platform for massage bodywork professionals. We have partnered with the National Association of Bodywork and Massage, ABMP, and you can check it out. So you tap settings, businesses, industry, and then you select bodywork and massage. So yeah, so that is a great point. And thank you for sharing that, because anytime you want to kind of check out to see what other industries we serve and what the defaults are in those industries, maybe forms, contracts, whatever else we offer, that's a great way to kind of go and see what the other industries have. How do you set a subscription for a client if the services are different from client to client, like a membership? Well, if you are, for client, the services are different. You have to create different, you can do it a couple different ways. So well, let's go into it. So I'm going to tap on settings. We're going to go to subscriptions. So plus sign in the upper right hand corner allows you to create or add a brand new subscription, right? So let's say, so there's definitely some flexibility within this system. So maybe this is, maybe you want to keep it vague and you want to do like a facials one, just facials. You just want to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to do, just going back to our previous example, 10 facials. So maybe individually, they're $100 each. So it would be, well, no, this is what you have to do. So let's say it's $100. You had a beautiful description. You have to indicate how many sessions it covers, right? So let's say I'm going to set this up. It's going to be a weekly subscription, and I want my client to come in once a week. So I'm going to do $100. I had packages on the mind. Sorry. I'm going to call this my weekly facial subscription. So it's going to be $100. It's going to cover one session. And this is where you can add a little bit of flexibility. So with the services, you can indicate whether it's going to be all of the services covered in this subscription or just some of the services. So this is like a facials one, right? So I'm going to select maybe my facials that are in that price range, right? In that $100 price range that they can claim. It's still going to be only one a week. But this client that buys this package, that one a week can be a gentleman's facial, a specialty facial, or a hydrofacial. So there is flexibility that you can kind of create within here. And then auto charge frequency, how often is that client going to be charged? We said that this was the weekly one, so it'd be every week, but I could change this and I could say, okay, it's going to cover 4 sessions and they're going to be charged every month. I mean, the possibilities, the combinations are just a matter of how you want to set this up. And then number of payments. So is this going to be, it defaults to continuous, right? They're going to come in all the time. But what if maybe you have a specific plan, like maybe your client has an end goal, right? And so you're telling them, this is the plan that I want to put you on. So you can say, okay, so I think after 3 sessions or 3 weeks, we should see a change. You can limit this to 3 weeks. And then you tap on save. So did that answer your question? Okay. Another thing that you can do, like once you create certain like packages or subscriptions, you can change it slightly. Like if you're the one sending it to the client, right? So I'm going to select like Maha, for example. And she wanted to do the weekly facial. But Maha can't come in every week. You know, she gets paid every other week and it's just more comfortable for her to do every other week. You can change this on the fly for her. And you could say every 2 weeks. So now she's going to come in and see you one time for a weekly facial, the ones that you indicated, but she's going to be charged every 2 weeks. So when you create them and you show these things online, or your packages, your subscriptions, it's going to be as is if your client's self-serve. But if they reach out and ask you to make some type of concession, you're either scheduling them or sending the subscription or the package, you can change it on the fly and send it to them kind of a little bit curated, a little bit changed. Any other questions?
Can you go over that question that was talking about integrating Facebook or Instagram or social media with your platform? Because somebody was asking making it into a website. That's something I'm very interested in.
Okay, what platforms are you on right now, Elena?
I'm currently using mostly just Facebook, and I'm getting back on YouTube, even though I don't think that has anything to do with the question, but those are my main 2 platforms.
Yeah, no, you could do YouTube here. So the feature that we're talking about is your Suite Link. So if you tap on settings and you go down to Suite Link, which is under your marketing suite, you are going to create, basically it's a link that has call to action buttons where your clients, because you know, on Instagram, all the platforms really, there's one place where you can put one link. And thank you, Linda. So Linda did the frequently asked questions on the Suite Link in there. And you just create these call to action buttons so you can add all of the things. So what you're saying, the YouTube, for example, you would tap on add a button and add a custom button. You would call it this YouTube. And then here you put the link to your YouTube channel. So then when your clients come to that one link, they'll see, oh, I can chat with her. I can book the appointment if they've seen enough and they're ready to book. Or, you know, if they found you on Facebook, they'll say, oh, she's got an Instagram too, or vice versa. They can check out your website and they'll see the YouTube option there as well. And Linda put plenty of, you know, different frequently asked questions about both of those in the chat. If you guys are on a computer, make sure you bookmark those. Those are really helpful. If you guys don't know about our Suite Center, that is a good resource as well. If you tap on from your app, if you tap on settings and all the way down to learn more, it'll be like a little Google for Pocket Suite where you can Google, you know, different words and phrases. The smaller the word and phrase, the more option, or the more articles it will render. But the one that I shared for specifically, if you do www. Actually, I'll put it in the chat. www.pocketsuite.io. This I really want you guys to bookmark because it was really cool. I was looking through it earlier and it was really neat. pocketsuite.io/blog/esthetician. Or estheticians. I believe that's what it is. Let me double check. Give me a second. Pocket Suite. If you guys haven't checked out our website, there's quite a bit. Oh, and if you haven't checked out our podcast, definitely check out our podcast. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I already had it up. So Pocket Suite, you would tap on, let's go home so I can show you guys how to get here. So if you go on www.pocketsuite.io, you're going to scroll all the way down. There is an option for blogs, or wait, where was it? Oh, no, you know what? I think it is /blog. Yeah, and then you select esthetician across the top. And there are quite a few blogs too, if you guys haven't checked this out. Any other questions? Oh, I just realized I was not sharing the correct screen. Sorry. If you guys have not seen this yet, this is really great. So any other questions? Thank you very much. Charlene said this was very informative. This was awesome. You're very welcome, guys. Oh, and thank you for putting the link in the chat, Linda. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, I guess if you have no other questions, that about wraps up this webinar. Come to the live calls. They're a lot of fun. We share a lot of information. A lot of our pros make new friends. If you have not joined our Facebook group yet, it's a really great way to have community, to connect with other estheticians around the country that are using the same platform and walking a mile in your shoes too. So it's just a great way to kind of connect with other people that understand. You're very welcome, Nilu. Yeah, we will definitely send a link to everybody here with the Pocket Suite Academy link for sure. You're very welcome, Zinnia. Thank you for coming. Shay, it was a pleasure having you. I imagine we will be doing this again, hopefully, if you're up for it.